Hi everyone, and welcome to this full face makeup tutorial. This one has been much requested from when I do my fashion Q&As, and you guys see my face closer and ask about what products I use. So I'm gonna show you all that. And you know, who would have thought at the age of 46 I would be in my robe on Instagram doing a makeup tutorial, but nevertheless, here we are. I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. So all I have on is a little bit of moisturizer, and I'm gonna start with an illuminating primer. I love this one from Laura Mercier. I'm gonna link all my products, so you'll find it if you click in the link in bio. You'll be able to find all the products. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this on in my T-zone and where the pores are at their biggest to create a little bit of illuminating effect and a better canvas to work at. Okay, first up, so you might notice that I'm not gonna put on any foundation or tinted moisturizer before I'm finished with my eye makeup. And the reason for that is, you know, when you bump your mascara where it shouldn't go, or the eyeshadow, you know, falls where it shouldn't, and you have to take it off. And if you have already put on your tinted moisturizer, you have to, you know, remove that and start all over with that process. So I find it much better to wait with that until I've done with my eye makeup. The next product I'm going to use is Life Changing. This is really like run and buy. It's Tom Ford's Brow Sculptor. It comes in this package. It has refill, so it's great. And I'm going to first start with a line underneath or at the bottom of the brow. And then I'm going to fill in where I need it the most, which will be at the end. And then I'm just going to use the brush to even the color out. Just brush upwards. Don't have to be identical, the brows, just, you know, like, okay, there we go. So the next product is a highlighting stick. Now this one I bulk buy when I'm in Milan. I don't know if it might be discontinued, but I'm gonna link another one that I know is amazing. So I'm gonna use a little bit at the underneath my brow and within the corners of my eye to create a little bit of highlighting effect here. And then we start with this amazing palette from Urban Decay, Naked to Basics. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna start with a smaller brush and the color Skimp, just to create a little bit of a base, cover up any redness, even out the base color. There we go. And then I'm going to use a slightly bigger brush and the color Cover. Now we're going to go along the eye socket and just kind of indicate that cat eye shape that we're after. Remember to do like this so you don't get excess product all over your face. Again, we're just going along the socket Doesn't have to be like super precise because we're going to blend everything in together. This one goes slightly broader than the next color. This is a good way to hide those loopy, droopy eyelids. Creates an effect that makes them look more lifted. We're back with the smaller brush and the color Primal. Now we're going to go a little bit smaller, and again we're just creating the shape of the cat eye. With different colors you get a little bit of a different depth to the look, so I find it nice to use different shades of the same color, which these all are. And then with the last color Undone, I have a very, I don't know if you can see, thin, pointed, almost like a pencil brush. And we're gonna start to create the line that we use. So what we're after is the line that naturally follows your eye shape. So it will go slightly upwards. It's very important to don't have a line that goes downwards because that's going to make you look sad and older. So you want to have it slightly upwards, following the shape of your eye. So we're going to just indicate basically where the eyeliner is going to go later. It's like a little bit of a V shape until like a 1/3 of your eyelids. That's where the color should come in, and the eyeliner later will hit to create that cat eye look. I'm holding the paper underneath so that we again avoid, you know, this is the darkest color and you don't want that blending in with your the eye cream and everything. So that's a good tip. All right, another life-changing product is again from Tom Ford. It's a blending brush. So this is amazing. It will blend all the colors together. It looks naturally. You can't really see where the eyeshadow stops. So it just creates a much more soft and nicer look. All the colors come beautifully together. Okay, you can always help with your fingers. I always use my fingers a lot. My daughter uses this sponge, but I never really got into that. I love using my fingers. Okay, so we're done with the eyeshadow. We're gonna move on to this. Is a pencil to just whiten up this space here, make your eyes look a little bit wider. Now make sure you use a color that's not bright white, so you want to look for like vanilla colors ideally. And then we are on to the hardest part, the eyeliner. This takes a bit of practice, and you know, even though I do it every day, it still doesn't sit perfectly. So you have to adjust and use, you know, your Q-tips and whatever you have available if it doesn't go exactly like you want. One tip is if you have a slightly softer pencil or a liquid eyeliner, you can make a dot where you want the line to end and then fill it on downwards from there. That's a trick. Otherwise, again, we're looking for the natural line of the eye and the eyeliner to just create a shape that would follow that line. I always create the line first and then I fill in right here. This takes a bit of time, so you have to be a little bit patient. Fill in between the lashes. Help a little bit if it goes where you don't want it. And then we're gonna fill in this, as I said, having a V-shaped form that hits just about 1/3 into your eye. And then just fill in a color. Making sure you have filled in, like I said, between the lashes. There we go. Okay. And then my favorite of all eye makeup products, a mascara. I love mascaras. Pile it on. This is, and I've said this many times, I'm sure you've heard me say, but I don't really I don't splurge on mascaras. I've tried super expensive ones, and this one from L'Oreal, and you know, I don't really see a lot of difference, so this is not an area where I will splurge. This one is called Volume Million Lashes Balm Noir, and I will start at the corner of my eye. And I've read somewhere that this is like your flirting lashes, so make sure you have them covered. I'm gonna go on to the lower lashes because, you know, to avoid that looking up and getting mascara on here. So a good trick is to start with your lower lashes. And then we move on to the top lashes, starting above and then from underneath. There we go. What I was talking about, you know, mascara hitting where it shouldn't. Now I can just remove it without ruining my foundation or tinted moisturizer. You should not be pumping like this because you will get excess air inside, and that will make the mascara last shorter. So just gently push the brush back in and rotate instead of pumping. Okay, here we go. Another place. It hits where it shouldn't. There we go. So that's the eye makeup. All done. Next step will be the tinted moisturizer. Now I've found that as I age, I think I'm moving more and more towards tinted moisturizer than I am foundation. I just feel that it has a more natural look and works better for me. I love these ones from La Mer. For my skin color, I switch between light, medium during the summer months when I have a bit of a tan, and light when during the winter months. Now we are in between seasons, so I'm just going to mix the two. And let's just apply them to the whole face. Making sure we cover all the way, you know, through the air and down the jawline and the neck, so that you don't get like separate color in your face and neck. Should naturally blend together. Obviously your color should match your skin tone as much as possible, so you avoid that. Just good trick is to blend it all in. Okay, and then we move on to a concealer that's a little bit of more liquid. This one is oh, I forgot to show you. It's from Sisley. Amazing, love it. I basically love everything from Sisley. Sisley eye concealer with botanical extracts. Okay, and comes with a very handy brush. And so what I do the corner of my eye, and I do along here, not all the way up, because that's where all my wrinkles are, and I don't want the concealer to be, you know, in or enhancing the wrinkles. Obviously we don't want that. So this is something I think I saw Charlotte Tilbury do this, and I thought it was genius. There we go. And then blending it all in with my fingers again. Like I said, I'm a big fan of using my fingers because you get the natural heat to help everything blend better. But that's, I guess, it's just my preference. Okay. There we go. Last but not least, slightly less liquid concealer, and just to have these areas here that are red covered. I have read somewhere that you put concealer on and you just dab, and eventually it will blend in, and that is so true. If you have acne, put concealer just on the acne and dab, and then eventually it will just blend naturally, beautifully. There we go. Then we have some powder just to set it all. I use translucent powder and try not to have too much. This is La Prayer. It's in this huge box. I've had it forever. It's amazing. Now I need to replace it, and I will find and link it for you. Just use a big brush, and I usually just go in the T-zone. When you put your powder, your foundation, and the products on, you still have, or you would have something on your lip, and you don't want your lip to blend in with the rest of your face. So have a little water on a Q-tip and just remove excess product from your lips so that they have their natural color. I'm not a big fan of, or I'm a big fan, but I don't use lipstick because I have quite a lot of eye makeup on, and I think it's too much to have both. So I usually just leave my lips natural. Then another favorite product, the NARS blush, I use the color Orgasm, and I've used this color forever. I love it. Comes in beautiful packaging. So what we want to do is apply brush, you know, basically on our cheekbones. I think blush is very underestimated. So I use a little bit in the apple of my cheeks, and then along the cheekbone. And then, since I still have a little bit of a tan, I am going to use a Beauty Butter Powder Bronze, like a bronzer. Now, I would not use this during the winter months, but since I still have a little bit of a tan, I think it's nice to just finish off with a little bit of contouring. So I'm going to use this underneath where I put the blush. I'm going to use it a little bit on my forehead, along the jawline. No, not too much, just giving you a little bit of a bronzed glow. It's Gucci of Westman Atelier. Her products, incredible. So I recommend you go to her site. All right, the last finishing touch. Again, we're back to the highlighting stick. We want to hit the areas where light normally will highlight. So just go in the middle of the forehead, along the nose, above the lips here. And above the blush. So you basically have 3 lines. You have highlighter, blush, and then the bronze powder. Blending it all in. There have been days where I walked out with like my war stripes not blended in. It's a little bit embarrassing, but usually I remember to blend it all in. And there you go. That is my full face makeup tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed. Again, click the link in my bio. I have linked all my products on my Like to Know It account. If you have any questions, comment below or DM me and I'm happy to answer. Have a great day.